It is Monday, August 20th, and I'm T. Waldron. I'm here with my cat, Pumpkin. Say hi, Pumpkin. Thank you. She's here for you. She knows it's time for our live, and she jumps right on this chair just to say hi to you guys. So I hope you're having a good, whatever it is, morning, afternoon, evening. I got feedback from some friends that the book I was reading was a little too, I don't know, not boring, but didn't apply to a lot of people, or so they thought. So I will be going through this book another time and probably put content together that makes the ideas a little more accessible, because it's really good stuff, but it's really deep and it's really technical. So we'll be doing that. But today I'll read to you from this book by Dr. Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Now, I started reading this last year when I was heading to Paris to his workshop, his retreat. And then I was in the airport at New York at JFK, and I got an email saying he canceled the retreat. So I got angry and I did not finish reading the book. But I'm over it. So I'm going to read to you from this book. Good morning. Hi, Dirt. Good morning. I like that name. That's hysterical. I'm T. Waldron. This is my cat, Pumpkin, if you just joined us. I do a little bit of meditation and deep breathing, and then talk about some inspirational stuff. So this is just a few minutes for you, okay? And it's something different. I guess not, I mean, maybe people do this on lives, but I think it's important that we do this every day for ourselves. And you guys are holding me accountable. So welcome. Welcome if you're new. Welcome to the old friends and the new friends. So, and Pumpkin's here for support, right? That's right. She's 16 and a half years old, so yeah. Anywho, so let's just close our eyes for a few minutes. We're gonna do some deep breathing together, and then I'll read to you from this book. And this is like mom energy, so you know, that kind of stuff. So let's inhale through our nose and exhale through our mouth. Yeah, just don't chat for a while. I'll check out the chat later, and we can go back and forth about stuff. I love that. But right now, I want you to take a few minutes just for you. You are limitless. You are infinite. And you need to tell yourself that. When you're having a hard day, when your stuff is going wrong, that's like a test for you, because you can handle it. So inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. We'll do a few minutes of deep breathing together, and then we'll interact and get into the chat and stuff. Inhale and exhale. Slow your breath down. Think about getting to, Think about getting to your heart center, okay? Because that is where our power lies. We are in an electromagnetic system, as well as a physical system, as well as a spiritual system. So we have a lot going on. And when everything's in coherence, our power increases. I sense there's a cat above me. Okay, don't fall. Inhale and exhale. I'll check the chat in a little bit, folks. Just do a few deep breaths with me, and then we'll chat. It takes, you know what? This takes determination, okay? Because it's hard to put aside the swiping and the typing and the scrolling and all that, and just take a few minutes for you. But this is how we unplug from the matrix. And I've done it, and I want to help to show you how I did it. Maybe you choose to do it too. Inhale and exhale. A couple more. Inhale and exhale. Last breath together. Then you can continue this slowly and deeply. And exhale. Okay. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate everybody tuning in. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening. Hi, Maddie. Thank you. Pumpkin. Maddie said you're cute. She said thank you. Hi, Neil, Joel. Josol, Neil. Hello. I can't read sometimes. Smalley, welcome. Hi there. Said hi. Hi, Goldu. Welcome back. Sabu, welcome. Yeah, she's a cat. She kind of looks like a dog sometimes. Good morning. Albert. Oh, where am I from? The East Coast of the U.S., near New York City. Hello, George. Good morning. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great day too, or evening. Pierre, welcome. Yeah, I checked out your channel, Pierre. It's very cool stuff, like dirt bike riding. And then it looked like a daycare, so nice. I like that. Final destination. Stop having kids. Okay. Anyone notice a little spider? Go behind the headrest. I don't know. You mean the cat? They called you a spider. Okay. Yeah, we have to keep mom energy, otherwise I have to block you. You're on notice, final destination. What's good in the hood? That's a great question. Melomaniac, I love that. God doesn't exist. Wow, you don't think God exists? All right, so you don't have to call it God, but like, what about like the universe or a higher power? Do you think we're it? Like, that's pretty, like, egocentric. If you think we're the only thing, like, you think people are the top of the creation chain, you know, like there's definitely a higher power. And I'm sorry you don't feel that way. Parents are selfish. They brought us here without our permission to suffer. Well, that's an interesting point. I never thought about that. Marriage sucks anyway. Say child ran single. Oh, you have a very hard, a very sad outlook. But you know, we're all beings, you know, and we're all, that's like, it's in our DNA to like have kids and stuff. You're in Greece. Welcome, George. I think you're my first person that mentioned they're from Greece. Yeah. Pumpkin, what do you think of that? We've got somebody from Greece. And not the movie. Final destination. Yeah, I'll tell you in a sec. Thanks, Pierre. Andre, welcome. Toxic positivity. No, I'm a realist because I did used to have toxic positivity. That's so true. But now, you know, unemployed and poverty, world big subjects. Yeah, that's true. You know, those are tough topics. Okay. The cat noticed. Oh, really? There is a spider? I hope not. Okay. Well, anyway, she would probably just like be like, hey, buddy. She's very friendly. She doesn't really, she's not, her hunter phase is kind of over. She's 16 and a half. But her little friend there, Fractal, my other cat, is a big hunter. So, yeah, she is a British short hair. And she's 16, like I said, she's 16 and a half. She's a senior citizen. Namaste, welcome. Namaste to you as well, Balapari. Cheated death. Yeah, I like, these are great names. Not everyone can digest harsh reality. I agree, but you're still here. So that tells me you're open to like a deep conversation. Yes, I'm doing well, Melomaniac. I hope you're doing well as well. Yeah, you know what? I didn't used to live on easy mode. Okay, I had a terrible life before this. So that's why I want to share with you how to make it better and easier. I used to overschedule. I used to overbuy stuff, overwork, a workaholic. I was 60 pounds heavier. That's a lot of kilos. And I didn't get to know myself, and I've changed over lots of work. Okay, and it's a better life. I still work hard, but not constantly, right? Okay, men suffer more in hell. You know what? I don't doubt that, because I feel like to respond to you, a friend of mine is a therapist, and he said that women tend to, like most of his clients are women, because we talk about what's going on. We share our problems and then work it out and try to fix it. Whereas I think men, and maybe this is society, they're expected to just be quiet and take it and just, you know, handle things, muscle through, which, you know, I wish it weren't that way. I wish they felt more comfortable to talk. But then I know sometimes people, you know, mock them for that or are hard on them. So I think we should all be kinder to each other and freaking listen to everybody's problems. Because if we could be more open and sharing, people would feel like you could put your guard down and be at peace. Okay? Hi, Dennis. Welcome. Oh, yeah, thanks for reminding me. Please like and subscribe. Thank you, Dennis. I'm so bad at this. Yeah. Didn't get a notification for this live. Yeah, I don't know. I'm here. August, welcome back. You're okay. You're right on time. You're in divine timing. I'm gonna go a little longer today, I think, because I have a little bit of time. I'm getting an upgrade on my Wi-Fi, so I've got to stay home for another 4 hours. Okay, men suffer more. Final. I got you. I hear you. Peter. Oh, I thought it said Faraday. Faraday. When atheists tell me that God doesn't exist, I tell them that they don't exist, which is as stupid as saying that God doesn't exist. Well, that's a huge debate. Everybody has their own beliefs. And I think that by living a good example is how we can open up and having open conversations like this is how we can open the dialogue, right? Is that how we open the dialogue? Okay, don't bite me. Take it easy. Let's see. Deaf Bat. Oh my God, great names. Vanilla. Okay. Let's see. Do you think it's better to believe we're born to serve and worship? Ooh, I came from being a Catholic my entire life. And I have a problem with the way that the management is handling all of the terrible things that their priests have done. A lot of priests have done terrible things, and rather than, taking away their priesthood, they moved them around. So I had what's called cognitive dissonance. I believed in the religion and I believed in the prayers and the teachings, but I just had a hard time seeing the actions that the management took. So it was very tough. Yeah. Bethany, stand up. No, you're on notice. Hi, Saraj. Welcome. You have 5 young adult children. Oh, wow. Yeah, I have 2. Marriage is a play on math. I'm not sure what you mean on that, but I don't doubt that that's true. I'm not sure what it means, but it sounds like it could be interesting. Oh, I'm not reading that out loud. Fuzzy. Oh yeah, I'm a cat lady. That's fine. Oh, hi, Siraj. Welcome back. Pumpkin, Siraj says hello to you. She said hello right back. Hey, loves. Swamix pay. Repent and return to Christ. Well, yeah, I like to read the Bible as allegory too, because, Christ used the stories as parables. And if you look at the entire Bible as a parable, it has so many good messages that we can all use today. Oh, there you go. Albert. Oh, thank you so much. Pumpkin, they said you're lovely. Are you lovely? Yes, she knows. Yeah, you're a realist too. Exactly. Yeah. Well, Final Destination, I'm sorry you're having a bad time. But guess what? I'm going to tell you a harsh truth right now. You create your own reality. So how did you get there? How did you get to this place where you're at? I had to face it. I had to take responsibility. I spent my entire life early on saying, oh my gosh, I'm such a victim. And I was. I stuff happened to me that wasn't good. I'm not saying terrible, but it wasn't good. And I blamed everybody else, and then once I started taking responsibility for my life, I'm an adult now, okay? Whatever happened in the past happened in the past. So we have to take responsibility. And then we have to say, okay, what am I contributing to make this life BS, as you say? How can I make it better? And then you have to do the work. And then it's incremental for me. I did little stuff every day. Like I would start a new habit, drink more water, go to the gym, eat healthier, get more sleep, all that stuff. And you do little bits of it every day. And it feels terrible while you're doing it, by the way. It felt horrible. And it felt like I wasn't getting anywhere. But you just keep going and you can do it. But it's hard work. It's simple, but it's really difficult. Okay. So, Taylor, welcome. Oh, thank you. Life begins where fear ends. That's beautiful. See? Yes, that's true. I don't know who Osho is, but okay. It's Noah. Hey. Anna Ketz. I'm from the U.S., near New York City. Thank you for asking. Personal is sad. Need I say more? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you mean, Dennis. But no, I mean, my life is good. I love my life now, but I worked hard at it. Like, you have to work hard. Like, you have to, like, people, I didn't know myself. I didn't even know that I had, like, I didn't know my soul. I thought I did, but I was just going through the motions. And then to, like, really sort of, I kind of went into monk mode for, like, a couple of years. And then I had to rebuild myself and my spirit, my soul, and I'm still doing it. And it's been a journey, and I wouldn't change it for the world. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I do not have OnlyFans. It's not that kind of spiritual growth. It's this kind of stuff. It's talking and reading books. I'm 55. Thanks for asking. Journey, welcome. Yeah, she was calm until she jumped off. So today we were talking about, we're going to read a little bit from Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. Let me try to catch up. Let's see, drop the link. Are you a hunter? No. Yeah, I'm from the East Coast of the U.S. Yeah, it's earned. Exactly, cheated death. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been a lot of work, Azita. I'm trying to be grounded. Pumpkin, they said you're good looking, but she's gone. She's chilling on the floor. Yeah, thank you, Journey King, Swamp Hay. Dirt Rider. Right, Australia, welcome. Thank you for subscribing, Josh. I appreciate it. August, I know, I'm coming. I'm going to read from this, August, I promise. I just want to get through the chats. Okay, I can't get through them all. I apologize. Yeah, there's a lot in here. So thank you for everybody. And Lummies, I'm going to read from this book now. So welcome. And Cheated Death. Yeah, get it done. Ultra Meticulous, love it. Yeah, I love this. When we talk, it doesn't go anywhere. You learn to be quiet because no one cares. I had to learn about that. Like, I did a video, what you think of me is none of my business. And that took me a long time because I used to be a people pleaser. Immortal Coil, great name. It's not that society makes us more reserved, it's just that we're less naive to the ways of the world. Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Anybody can play the victim. But guess what? You can stop at any time. Hi, Kuldeep. Okay, I really have to. Thank you, President. Okay, Taylor Gang, I'm not sure what you were saying. Wayne, welcome. All right, I don't know if I'll ever. This is a lot of people chatting. Thank you. I'm going to read the book. Because let's see. August, what are you asking me? What do you think the afterlife will be like without going to any specific religion? Ooh, that's a great question. That's a good one, August. So, I've been reading a lot about consciousness from this book. Okay, and our consciousness continues. So I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it seems like, but I just know that it's not over. Like, if you think our body is gone when we die, that's so sad. And I think it's inaccurate, okay? Because our soul exists outside, oh, my hair's a mess. Our soul exists outside of our body. So, like, they can't find it. Like, if you say to a scientist, okay, what cells contain the soul? They can't do it. And that's what's happening in this book. But it's real, like, totally using, like, quantum physics and stuff. But, so I don't know. But I know we don't die. And what the author of this book says is, some of those people that are spending, like, $10 million a year to keep their bodies alive, to try to keep their souls alive, they're wasting their money, because our soul continues. It doesn't die. And his sort of theory is, like, it's energy. It's energy isn't created or destroyed. So and there's thermodynamics in that. It's very cool stuff. So yeah, truth hurts. Yeah, it does. All right. I'm going to read from this book because you guys, thank you for the chat. I promise you, I'll read the chat later, and do come back tomorrow or another day, because I do this every day, 8 a.m. during the week and 11 a.m. on the weekends. My times might be a little different though, because I've got some things going on. I think Wednesday it's going to be a different time. All right, let's see. So what am I going to share with you today? All right. Okay, so this is a book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. Your brain is involved in everything you do, including how you think, how you feel, how you act, how well you get along with other people. It's the organ of personality, character, intelligence, and every decision you make. From my brain imaging work with tens of thousands of patients over the past 20 years, it is very clear to me, oh, this is from Dr. Daniel Amen. This isn't even from Joe Dispenza, but that's okay. It's good info. Because I'm like, from the past 20 years, it's very clear to me that when your brain works right, you work right. And when your brain is troubled, you are much more likely to have trouble in your life. Now, Dr. Daniel Amen, he is the therapist. I think he was the therapist for Miley Cyrus and Justin Bieber. And I think there's a special on Netflix with him. He's very interesting. And here's the next part. With a healthier brain, you are happier, physically healthier, wealthier, wiser, and just make better decisions, which help you be more successful and live longer. And then in one series of studies we published, the practice of meditation, such as what Dr. Dispenza recommends, boosted blood flow to the prefrontal cortex, the most thoughtful part of the human brain. After 8 weeks of daily meditation, that's why I do the breathing stuff with you guys, to kind of get you in that mindset, the prefrontal cortex at rest, not doing anything, was stronger, and the memories of our subjects were better too. There are many ways to heal and optimize your brain. Isn't that fantastic? Our brains are so powerful, you guys. Okay. Oh my gosh, there's so much chatting here. Okay. Let's see. Hi. I'm sorry I kind of skipped through a lot of these in the middle. Keep comments. I'll try to get to the bottom of this. It's not about Mr. Bone. It's not about the religion. That's where I went wrong. Yeah, it's about a personal relationship with you. Yeah, it is. It's about your own spirituality. Because organized religion, I don't know. I have a mixed feeling about it. I talked about that early. Border prenups are mandatory. Okay, I don't disagree with that. Solomon. Yeah. Okay, Russell. That's a good point too. Do you think he really had Solomon had 700 wives though? I don't know. So, who knows? Hi, Fran. Welcome. Hi, Ray. Work smart and not hard. Yeah. No, absolutely. You should work smart. But I like the stuff I'm doing, like going to the gym every day and eating right and drinking water. It's optimizing me to be my best self. By the way, cheers to you. Here's a drink. Stay hydrated, because we tend to not to drink enough water. Welcome, Musadir. Okay, Ashley, welcome. I'm not sure what that means. Dr. Tingus. Too many religion trolls. Yeah, and regular trolls in chat. I know, I do need some mods. Thank you, Dr. Tingus, you're right. Thank you, Musadir. But you know what? I do want people to comment on what they believe so that we can talk about it, because I feel as though people don't listen, and I do need mods though, but I feel like we should have a dialogue, that's how else are we going to get to know each other, and so hopefully people can put down their armor and just be honest. That would be so great. Oh, thank you so much, Ray. 70% of wives get bored. I don't know. I mean, are they, I guess my question is, are they healthy? Are the people that are, oh, hi, Pumpkin's back. Come on, Pumpkin, jump. There you go. She jumps right over there. I think people get into relationships before they're ready. Okay, so I was married 21 years and I got divorced about 5 years ago. And my therapist said, about 2 years after my divorce, he goes, you need to date yourself. And I go, you're hysterical, ha ha ha. I signed up for Match. I had some terrible experiences. And then I said, you know what, he's right. Like, I don't know myself. Like, I'm getting to know who I am as a person and loving myself. And I know I say this like a lot, but for the new people, it's important. It's important to like unplug, stop what you're doing, back off if you can, and like take stock. How do you feel? Like, what does your body tell you? Like, your sensations. Like, there's a lot of wisdom that we have within ourselves, within our spirit, within our soul. And there's different ways to tap into that. And I know it's hard to do in this society. We're so surrounded by distractions, by swiping, by movies, by Netflix, by cable, by shopping, by comparing ourselves to others. The only people I compare myself to is who I was yesterday. And that's a practice, because otherwise, you know, we're taught to look around and see what everybody else has and try to be better. And the only person I care about being better than is who I was yesterday. So, well, thank you so much. I appreciate it, Mike. Thanks, Final. Okay. Ultra meticulous. How did you work hard? Yeah, so I had the same job for 17 and a half years and I loved it. I worked with seniors. I did their programs. I got to do activities. I drove a bus. I drove a 14 passenger bus with a lift, and I had to get a special license for it, and took them to church. Like, I would drive them to church and take them to different activities. And that was hard because people have like walkers and wheelchairs, and have to make sure everybody's safe. And I loved it. And then I said, you know what, I want to go back to school full time. So now I'm going for I saved up, and I left in December. I'm going to school full time for a doctorate in metaphysical life coaching and a master's in business. And, you know, I'm living frugally, like I'm not, you know, whatever, but I saved up, and here we are. And I'm starting my own business too. I speak to seniors, so I go and do presentations at senior centers and stuff. I'm teaching like a Tai Chi course in a couple months, like for 2 months I'm doing, and then I do like inspirational talks. One of them doing is minimalism is meditation, and then another one is growth mindset. So yeah, so there's a lot you can do, and like this stuff kind of evolved, you know. You kind of have to just be your best self, and then trust God, trust the universe that things will unfold for you as long as you're trying hard. You know, I gave up drinking, and I don't smoke or anything, and I don't, you know, I try to eat healthy, and I try to be nice to people. I go to try to, kind of boring actually, but I feel good and I feel happy. Like, I'm happy within myself. If people are looking from the outside, they might be like, oh, you're so square. But you know what? I'm happy. And that's what matters. Are you happy? Right? Thank you, Musa dear. Yeah. Hey, thank you. Hey, Ray. The same crackpot everyone keeps. I don't know. I know you were kidding, but I really don't. I think I'm getting somewhere with you, Final Destination. Just relax. Don't be such a troll. Praying for you. Thank you. Yahweh bless you too, Mr. Bone. Thank you. Yeah, and you know what? Even, I did a video about my enemies. Even my enemies are here for my good. That was a hard, like, mindset to get. But it's true. Like, Florence Scovel Shinn, who does she was a metaphysician from 100 years ago. She wrote a book, and she said, no one is my enemy, no one is my friend, everyone is my teacher. And I love that. I love that. Like, what can I learn from these hardships? What can I learn? How can I get better? How is this making me a better person? And everything is a gift. Like, I got into a car accident in November. Like, this person came along and came in my lane and pushed me into the oncoming cars, and it totaled my car. And I found a way to be grateful for that. So that, like, I felt like that happened because I thought I was doing pretty good, and then like it happened and it kind of shot. I mean, I was fine, but it was terrible. And then they drove off. And me and the other kid who were affected, it was terrible. But you know what? It made me stronger. It made me, like, if I could find the good in that, I can find the good in almost anything. Okay? So, like, it's like going to the gym. This stuff, this spiritual stuff and this mental stuff, you have to work at it. Yeah, I know. Sometimes I giggle a little. Anywho, let's see. Oh, Hamburg, Germany. Welcome. Oh, we have here. Thank you. Gaming. Power of prayer. Yeah. Oh, no changes in your adult child for being a good person. I'm not sure what you mean about that, but actually, that's so funny you mentioned your adult child, because my friend who's a therapist, my colleague, he had many patients of his who were having issues with their adult children not speaking to them, and we started a support group. So you have to look around and see what the universe, what God puts in your life, and how you can use that to make it better. Okay, and we met with these people, and I feel like coming together and sharing issues and sharing ideas really helps. Okay. Yeah. All right, goodbye, Final. Women call everything a journey. I know, it is a journey though. I don't know how else to say it. Because it doesn't end. It's like, I'm not done. I'm not there. I'm still going. I don't know what else to call it. If there's another word you can think of, ultra meticulous, I'm open. Yeah. Just reading those who want will hear. Yeah, that's true, Dr. Dingus. That's a funny name. Hello. Very happy to meet you. Yes. I consider people a friend from Cambodia. Sure. Welcome. Everyone, yeah. I appreciate you guys being here. Good morning. Hi, Kay Foster. Ms. Polly, good morning. T-Dog, love it. Okay. Bat Falak, welcome. Yeah, I think so. I think so, yeah. Val Calvin, do you have a Bible? Yeah. Catechism, the Catholic Church. Yeah. Yeah, we talked about the Catholicism earlier. Yeah. You read the book and I read you. Okay. Hi, Carolina 803. Yes, thank you, Monsieur. Lids. Taylor. FK. Yeah. Do Courtney Cox, that's funny. I haven't heard her name in a long time. Jimmy Jin. Okay, I'm not sure what this means. August. I didn't see your message, August. Can you retype it? Because I skipped a lot in the middle when I was reading. Sorry. Okay. Fred, hello. Welcome. Thank you. Oh, thanks, Amani. Pumpkin. They said you're cute. Did you want to come back? Nope. Meow. Get back over here. Come on. Nope. Okay. Hi, Fred. Yeah. Yeah. Joe time. Yeah, great question. So I chose to divorce my ex because we had different values. And that was kind of the start of me standing up for myself, because I thought I could make it work if I did many different, like if I tried hard enough and went to church every week and did all, it just wasn't going to work, because he wasn't an equal partner. And so if somebody doesn't want to be an equal partner with you, no matter what you do, you can't change them. And I thought I could, change him. I thought he would change. And that was my mistake. So I'm taking responsibility for it, but it's okay. It's good. I'm glad that I learned a lot from that. It's in the past. And That's it. Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to get married again, but I wouldn't mind having a partner someday, but I'm still working on myself, so not yet. I was bingo. Great question. Greetings from the underworld. Oh, that's hysterical. Yeah, frugal. Excellent. Yay. Oh, so currently August. Great question. This is Dr. Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. I put that on for today just because I was supposed to go to his seminar. Well, I did. I bought tickets to Paris in October of last year. I saved up and I did a week, and a friend of mine even came with me. She was like, I'll come with you. I'm like, okay. So we were going to Paris, and in the airport at JFK, I got an email. Dr. Joe Dispenza canceled his retreat. Oh my God, I was so mad. I was so mad and upset. But that was a learning experience too. So, and I'm also reading Irreducible by Federico Faggin. He's amazing. He invented the microprocessor. He's a great guy. Yeah. So, very good stuff. Don't be nice to people. Well, you know what? I'm nice to people until they're not nice to me, and then I'm out. So, okay. Oh, thank you, Dave Food. Appreciate that. Thank you, Mudasir. Appreciate that. Steven, welcome back. So I like BBC News is very honest. Is that what you're asking me? I'm sure. Hi, Nicholas. Welcome. Federico. I wish it was Federico Faggin, but welcome to you, Federico. This guy's amazing. He invented the microprocessor chip, and now he's talking about consciousness because he had a spiritual awakening. Hey, Harriet. Not me, lad. No. Okay. Nicholas. Thank you. Oh, what? Relaxed reptile. Oh, thank you. Yeah. Relaxed reptile. Excellent. Welcome. I'm glad you. Wow, there's a lot of people still here. Oh, my channel's about being your best self and learning how to go within and get to know yourself. And no one can really know you until you know yourself, and no one can really love you until you love yourself. And that's something we don't talk about in society. We just, we always search for everything on the outside. We search for money and a job and people to love us. But until we really, really stop the nonsense, stop the scrolling. You are infinite. You are you're so powerful, but you have to take the time and give yourself the time, give yourself the attention, and do the difficult things in life. Go to the, stop eating every 10 minutes, which I did too, like we have to eat healthy, stay hydrated, read good books rather than watching TV and scrolling, develop our minds, unplug from the matrix, and then you'll start to feel like different. You'll start to like wake up a little, because we're all, and it's not our fault. It's set up so that we just go right into all this distraction, and that's all we know. And we are so much more powerful than we realize. We need to tap into that. Okay. Relax, Reptile. Roxy, hi. No, I don't have OnlyFans. Thank you for liking. I'm good today, Mr. Juniad. Welcome. Hey, Victor. Welcome. Blood. Lorraine Bracco. Oh yeah, I liked her. She was in that mobster. What the heck was that? It's on HBO. I forget, with Gandolfini. H-Town, welcome. I don't know. Insane 3 World. Not me, lad. Okay, you're getting blocked. Okay. There we go. Didn't get a notification. Oh, yeah, I'm sorry about you not getting a notification, August. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So, oh, thank you so much, Nicholas. Oh, yeah, we're not political at all. So keep your politics out of my chat, please. Books are your medicine. I love that, Blood Legion. That's very cool. I have been accustomed to being alone. I was not a good person in the past. You know what? Sometimes I made a lot of mistakes too, and we have to. And you know, when we go within and we face our shadow, we face our the parts that we don't want people to see, and we own it, and we try to heal. That's all we can do. You can do it. Anybody can do it. It takes work, and sometimes you need to talk to somebody or get some extra help. But it's definitely possible, right, Pumpkin? Yeah, she agrees. Hey, Jesse. Oh, help the less fortunate. Yeah, you know what? I believe in the Constitution. A friend of mine, oh my gosh, he does history talks, and he spoke about how the Constitution was written, and it's amazing, the history, how like America almost didn't happen. There were so many things that had to happen behind the scenes that we don't talk about in our history that we should know about. Emmanuel, welcome. Jesse. It is better to give than receive. The secret to good health is to keep the body active and the mind at rest. That's beautiful, CL Blue. Blue sky, right? What's your opinion on self-help books? Well, in general, I mean, I'm kind of reading them. So I think you have to pick books that resonate with you. You know, like and I'm gonna use the analogy of a journey. You're at a certain place in your journey. I'm at a certain place in my journey. I pick the stuff, like I started reading this, and then Dr. Joe canceled his seminar while I was in the airport. So I got so mad, I stopped reading it. But now I'm gonna go back to it because I'm over it. So you have to pick the books that help you, and you don't even have to do self-help necessarily. You could do biographies, you know, like how did certain people that you admire, how did their lives unfold? We can learn so much. We have so much at our fingertips, and yet we don't take advantage of it a lot of times. Yeah. Sopranos, thank you, Blood Legion. I couldn't think of that. Oh, Goodfellas, yeah. Thank you. Oh my gosh, that's a funny name. Around and Find Out. Yeah, Junkade. Okay. I'm going to have to block you, Bentley. Yeah. You're here for the cat. I know, a lot of people come in for the cat. Pumpkin. Yes, you have fans. You want to say hi? No? You're going to go loaf mode? Okay. She's here for you guys, though. Yeah, let's keep politics out of it. I'll have to block you guys. This is about being your best self and different books that we're reading. I'm reading Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself. I haven't started back up again, but I started it like last October. And also, this I was reading all weekend. Federico Faggin, Irreducible. It's about consciousness. And oh my gosh, I love Carl Jung. He's so good. It's like his stuff is so amazing how he ties together spirituality and psychology. Amazing. Hi, Carlo. Yeah, she was here earlier. Yeah, she totally has Garfield vibes today. What do you think? Yeah? Well, you came back. You came back on the chair, so I appreciate that. Jesus sees the heart. Sure. That cat seems like he's... Yes, the cat is has a disapproving expression. No yo clones. Oh, now be nice. Loop Solitaire. Hello again. I'm not sure. Indian tribe. Okay. Grumpy cats are cute. Yeah. She's very disapproving. Hello. Hi. Dusan and Victoria. Welcome. Serbian. Welcome. Thank you very much. Thank you. I receive your peace and I return your peace. Oh, LSD. Yeah, there's a lot of mind-altering drugs. Ketamine's big right now, and a lot of people I talk to do ayahuasca. But I'll tell you what, through meditation, you can get to really high spiritual levels in your mind naturally, which is so powerful. August, I wanted to start reading books on my phone. Oh, yeah, I cannot read books on my phone, even on the computer. I can't do it. Like, I want paper, and you can go to the library. We are so lucky here in America because we have libraries. And you can even, like, say there's a book you're interested in reading, you can go to the librarian, and some people don't know this, so I'm just going to tell some people, I'm sure you know this, but you could say, hey, I'm looking for a book, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And you tell the librarian that. You can even call or send them an email, and they'll order it for you from another library, and you can borrow it and read it and then give it back. It's wonderful, wonderful. And if you decide you love it, you can always buy it for yourself, but libraries are fantastic. So yeah, I agree with you, August. It's nice having a paper book. Hi, Tom. I don't know, Ramsey. Oh yeah, she is 16 and a half. And her name is Pumpkin. Right? Are you Pumpkin? Yeah? Yeah, I adopted her about 4 years ago. Yeah. Thank you so much, Loop Solitaire. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm trying to build a tribe. That'd be great. You're welcome to start a tribe. I don't know how to do it. I'm also a full-time student pursuing 2 degrees, so yeah. Hi, Kaye Varias. Thank you. Thanks, Tom. I know, I agree with you, Loop. Yep. Pumpkin, are you a loaf of bread? Yeah. Dusan, I know. She's so funny. Why wasn't I a good person? I wouldn't say I wasn't a good person. I was not real. You know, like I was following the American dream. I had a beautiful family, a beautiful house, a decent car, a good job, and I was miserable on the inside. Like on the outside, I was doing everything, and I thought I was happy. I freaking ran a happiness club at my job. And I really genuinely thought I was happy, but it wasn't real. It was all surface stuff, and I was trying to find happiness from the outside, and I did not know that I had to look within. So that's where that came from. So we all have to look within to find happiness. You know, we get caught up in these things that are meant to distract us. The phones, the TVs, the Netflix, the politics, all of this is meant to just pull us apart and make us distracted so that we don't get to realize what power we have within us. And that's why I welcome everybody from every different part of life, as long as you're respectful in the chat, to come and have an honest, put down your freaking weapons, put down your guard, and just be honest. Like, what's going on? Who are you? And that's what I want my channel to be. It's to bring people together. So I didn't expect to have that talk today, but it's true. So let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah. Don't notify. I'm not sure what the bell means. True. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, no, there and I think here it's not and it's not anybody's fault, okay? I'm not going to talk about specific politics, so please leave that out of the chat. But I want to talk to you about the news is a product, okay? And if you realize that, then fine. If you know what you're doing and you're going in saying, I want to hear this, it's like, if you believe a certain way, you're going to turn into a certain channel. If you believe a certain other way, you're going to turn into another channel. And it's just going to keep reinforcing the beliefs that you already have to make you feel good about yourself. Like, hey, I knew I was right. I knew that's happening. Or I knew that was right. I knew that's happening. And the truth is somewhere else. Like, these are just commodities. They're just products. So I think we all need to just, if we can realize that and then decide, you know what, I don't care if it's a product, I still like to listen to it, fine. but be educated. And you're right about we don't know our history. Yeah. Yeah, the stuff they didn't teach you in school. Like, for instance, okay, back to the Constitution. Did you know that people didn't really have a way to know about the Constitution? And there was a writer, Thomas Paine. They snuck into the printing presses, and Thomas Paine wrote these letters, and it inspired the soldiers to keep fighting for America. They were going to give up and go back to being, owned by Britain. And I don't know the exact history because my friend did the talk and I didn't take notes. But it was incredible. Like, we could have lost America if this guy didn't break into the printing presses twice and print up these letters saying, hey, keep it together, America. We can do this. And like inspire people to stay fighting for independence. And I didn't know about this stuff. I thought I was pretty educated. I didn't know about it. But it's very cool hearing the backstory of how individual people made a difference and fought for, our freedoms today. So, curious to hear the main idea of the microprocessor guy. Yes. No, this guy gave me hope. Okay. Oh, upside down. This guy gave me hope. Federico Fagin. So, I'm going to tell you about it. I've talked about him so much on my channel, but you seem like you're new, so I'm going to tell you. Okay, hold on. Let's see. The cat is wearing pearls because she's a senior citizen. Right, Pumpkin? That's right. Anyway, Federico Fagin, he invented the semi-processor. He worked for Intel, and he made a semi-processor. He was at the height of his career. He owned a company. He also worked on neural networks and was trying to get AI to be conscious. And he worked on it for 10 years. And he was at the height of his career. He was rich. He had a great family. He had a great job. He owned a company. But he was miserable. He was trying to find happiness from outside, which is what I was saying too. And he was at his house in Lake Tahoe, which was a beautiful lake house, around Christmas. And he got up to get a drink of water in the middle of the night. He went back to bed and laid there. And he, yeah, I know. And he said, is this all there is to life? And then all of a sudden, he had a spiritual awakening. His chest like exploded with light, and he just felt this intense love that he had never felt before. He kind of had an out-of-body experience. And he realized that this was consciousness, this was love, this was the universe. And he shifted his whole life because he was a hardcore scientist. And then he started looking for consciousness, and he started creating the theory of everything. And I'm going to do a long form video about it because it's really intense. But yeah, very cool stuff. His name is Federico Fagin, Irreducible. There's a ton of interviews with him on the internet. In fact, I did a long form video that talks a little bit more in depth about this. Oh, hey, from Argentina, welcome. Yeah, she is cute. You're very cute. Thanks for jumping back. I'm glad you're back here, Pumpkin. Hold on, let's get you in the frame. There you go. Okay. Yes, you are. You're so nice. I'm glad you're back here for everybody. She is a British short hair, and she's 16 and a half years old. She's very senior. August, let's see. My brother the other day, he reads 10 books a week. That's a lot. Oh yeah, my friend does audiobooks. Like she does a book, she calls it Book Talk. She has like one of those pages. She does really well. She's like very popular, but she does the audiobooks, and she listens to them on high speed. I don't know. I like doing audiobooks sometimes, like if I'm busy, but I really just enjoy the process of reading and holding the book. So, and like also, like on this book, I'm underlining a ton of, I don't know if you can see my underlining. I like to have like a little ruler and underline stuff that I find important and do stickies and stuff. So yeah, so I like the book, the real books. Yeah, thank you. Claim the matter. Okay, let's see. If one wants to claim the matter or energy cannot be created or destroyed applies to the soul, you'd have to first measure the soul in terms of matter, mass, energy. Well, why? Why do you have to? That's the question. That's the scientific mind that says that ties us to the physical world, which it's not wrong, but it's what we know. Like we're limiting our ideas to what science has given us so far. And maybe we don't know, and I'm sure we don't know everything. So that's it. Yeah, you're trying to improve. Good. The first step is knowing it, Uncle Ren. Good for you. Hi, Leo. This is, she's Pumpkin. She's a girl. Yeah. Everybody likes you, Pumpkin. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Effect of large language models. Okay, hold on. This is a hard one. What's the effect of large language models and brain interface technology? I don't know, but I do know that he had, there was one scientist in here that was talking about the language model. And so I can't get into it because it's really complicated. And I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. But basically, there's so many variables in life that the AI cannot account for so many variables. And I think we're starting to see that with some of the driving technology. There's, you know, it can do it if it's a closed system. Sure, if it's on a track or something where there's not variables, but, oh yeah, oh, I'm sorry, yes. Oh. But if there's a, like, let's say a drunk person wanders in front of the road in front of a self-driving car, that's, I think people have died. So I don't know that there's an answer to that. Oh, thanks, Foxy. Yeah, that's just her face, Kaye. Paper books, yeah. I agree. And also journaling. Yeah, that's why she's always been like this, though. She has that face. Thoughts on the Tower of Babel. Wow, that's a big one. I don't know. I haven't really thought about it lately. My cat. Oh, you have a young one, Bradley. I love that young cat. Thank you. Blessing your cat. Oh, oh, how sweet. Oh, Uncle Ren, I'm sorry about your cat loss. That's a heartbreak. They're part of the family. Thank you, Just Bits. Oh, hey, I'm guessing you're maybe German, Durbainman. Oh, Ian McGilchrist. Oh, yeah. Oh, I saw his movie. Yeah, Left Brain, Right Brain. Yes, that was such a good movie. It was on, I think it came on my YouTube or something. Yeah, it was such a great movie because part of our brain is analytical and part of our brain is more, you know, spiritual and creative, and holistic. Very neat. Yes, hello. Yeah, I'm single, but I'm dating myself right now. Hello from Germany. Frau Bischer. Yeah, I've got one other cat. Yeah. Okay, take care, Ultrameticulous. Thank you. Thanks from Germany. Yeah, her name is Pumpkin. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Find out. I appreciate that. Those were all real things that you had. I know the things that I had in my life were real, but I was trying to search for happiness through them versus through myself. So my point is you got, and you can have all those things, and that's fine, and that's wonderful. I love manifestation too. But you can't search for your joy and your happiness and your peace from the outside. You have to find it within yourself, and then you can go from there. Anjan. Okay, Derbeeman, thank you. Kaya, yeah, I have 2 cats. Okay, Bentley, you're out. I tried to be polite to you, but you're out of there. Okay, Jesse. Yeah, 12-hour shifts. Scott. I know. Isn't the cat great? Yeah, the truth can hurt. Doing great, Mark. How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Artificial artist, great handle. Yeah, I've been like 5 years with no husband. Pumpkin, they really appreciate you. Yeah. She's here for you guys. Okay, let's see. Think about this. TV channel, channel spirits, programming. TV stands for television. Was invented to program people. Wow, there's a lot in that. Wow. It is. It does. The TV does program us, right? Fred, greetings from the underworld of cats. Robert Cook. I'm not sure what you're surprised about, Robert Cook. But zoom in on the cat. I can't. It'll mess up my whole thing. My tripod has fallen before. See how Pumpkin is staring? Yes. They like your necklace, Pumpkin. Yeah. They think you're beautiful. You are. Did you know that? Yeah, she knows. Okay. Thoughts on common sense. Thomas Paine. Yes. Thomas Paine. Yeah, he was the one that wrote that inspirational letter from around the time of the Constitution. Hello. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I'm good. Thank you, Paul. Italian. Yeah, I've got Italian. That's easy to do if you had as much money as him. Yeah. Large language models are just a machine. Uh-huh. Exactly. Exactly. Human is a vessel. Yeah. No, that's true. Oh, the point that Federico Fagin makes in his book is that the computer just can process things at a very high speed, a lot of information, a lot of stuff, but it doesn't know what it's processing. It doesn't know if it's good or bad. It doesn't know what it should be processing, why it's processing it, and that's where the humanity comes in. And that's what gave me hope that AI cannot take over. So that was very cool. Hi, Russell. Yeah. Consciousness is a riddle. That's so true. So true. Photo reading. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that, Paul. Oh, yeah, we don't do anything weird. Sorry. There's a cat. Is there a chat on Twitch? Yeah, I don't have Twitch. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Rick. Yes, that's true. Hey, Art. Good morning. And good evening to those of you that are tuning in from Europe and around the world. Yeah, this is mom energy. So, and the other thing is, like, I don't know what gives people a right to, like, would you do that if you met a person in public? Would you say, hey, take off your shoes, I want to see your feet? Like, what gives people a right in a chat to think that that's okay? It's not. So please don't do that. And don't do it to me, and don't do it to anybody. And there are feet people who just do feet. So go to their channel. Thank you. I'm done with my speech. Okay. Yeah, thank you. Okay. Talmadge. Yeah, I know, she does. Did you want attention? She gets a lot of attention. She's okay. Yeah. Okay. Oh, I don't know anything. I'm trying to think. What language do you speak in Belgium? It wouldn't be. I don't know. I guess Belgian. Sorry, I apologize for my ignorance on that. Oh, Ottawa, Canada. Welcome. Garfield. Yeah, she does look like Garfield. Animals have emotions. Yes, Joey. Just like us. And hopefully they would start treating them better. That's so true. Oh my gosh. So some of the studying I'm doing, plants also have emotions. Like this guy was doing, he was a very famous guy who worked on lie detectors. And he was like kind of tripping because he was up all night working on a project. And he hooked the lie detector up to his plant. And when he No, it wasn't even it might have been yogurt or something. It was something very weird. I was like, this guy was like up all night. And then he got yogurt out of the fridge and he was eating yogurt, and the yogurt in the petri dish started like sending off signals. It was very, very strange. I think it was bacteria in the dish. I don't know. Live things are all connected. That was the point of that story. But I have to get the details right because that sounded really strange, but it shocked me, whatever it was. Cats for the minions. AI will most definitely take over. Here's the thing, August. I thought that too, but the point of this book is it doesn't have, it could be used by humans to take over, but computers don't have the reasoning mind of why. Like they can do a lot of computing processes and stuff like that, but they don't know, they know on or off. Their switches on or off. They can do very fast and heavy calculations, but they don't know, they don't have consciousness. So we don't have to worry about AI taking over. We can be concerned if people use AI to take over. That's very valid, but AI itself cannot. Yeah, cats are beautiful, Joey. Yep. Yeah, live streams are crazy. That's so true. UK. Oh, well, welcome from the UK. I know. Trolls do need a hobby. I'm trying to create a forum for people to just like put down their guard and not be a troll, but the thing, let me see what August has to say. The thing is, most people say these nasty things here, and that's what they really think, but in person they're too afraid. The internet is sick. Yeah, but you know what? There's other things to think about. You know, like you don't have to think all this weird, gross stuff. Like, okay, you can. I look old. Well, I'm 55. Oh, you're Dutch. Welcome. Oh, that's what they speak in Belgium. Thank you. Thank you for clearing that up. The guy who worked on lie detectors. Yes. Brain dead. DJ. Oh, oh my gosh, I love techno. Hold on, let's see, wait. Hold on. The synth who makes sound was connecting his equipment to mushrooms and they generate sound. Yes, it's like, it's along those lines. I know that sounds really like wild, but it really did happen. So easy to impress. I don't know, Jack. I'm happy. Okay, I like knowledge. Trees have been shown to help each other. Yes. I was a friend of mine who I hadn't seen in like 20 years. Like I knew her from church and school and stuff. They own a farm, and I was telling her about like the plants having consciousness because I had just read about that. And she works on the farm. She said, I can attest to that. She says we grow crops, and she said plants will like protect themselves from when there's you know, like bugs or whatever that are going to eat the plants. They'll somehow, I don't know how, because I had to leave. I couldn't hear the whole story, but so she agreed with it. Ken Claw. Cat theme music parodies. I'll have to check her out. That sounds like fun. Models. Yes, consciousness is a quantum field effect. So true. That's so true. AI will take over because it showed signs of self-preservation. I know. But it's also what the programmers who worked on it taught it. So, an old raver, yeah. Yeah. I'm 55. I am an old raver. I didn't actually, have I ever been to an actual rave? I mean, we had like some clubs around here that were sort of, felt like a rave, but that was it. Cats are the real owners. Yeah. Yeah, I would agree with that. Cats own the world. The moon is artificial. That reminds me of The Truman Show, August. Did you ever see that? That's a great movie with Jim Carrey. Also, he had a spiritual awakening. Yeah. Okay. You're 29. Oh my God, thank you. Oh, somebody was calling me. Oh, it's my sister. Where are you located? I'm near New York City, on the East Coast of the U.S. Yeah, I have 2 adult children. Yeah. Oh no, I don't think 55 is old. I'm happy. Um, oh, 64, awesome. When I'm 64, that's great. I love that. All right, well, I'm gonna head out. I'm gonna see what. Oh my gosh, we've been doing this live for over an hour. Thank you guys. This was really fun, and I will see you again tomorrow, 8 o'clock, and I think Wednesday I'll be here at 8. Yeah, and from myself to yourself, thank you for joining me on this journey. And Rock Creek Sidell, don't worry, you're off now. All right, thank you everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Thank you, and thank you so much for this great chat.